Good morning, welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. This is, of course, self-therapeutic multimedia project as well as self-improvement process. And if you want a brief or long-winded introduction, you could, of course, just join the previous live streams for the past 3 years up to January 2021. I've made several different versions of introductions about what the Ahn Rho Project is all about, what we do here, how we break it down into domains, analogies, and subseries, and blah de da, and of course, even including all the sorts of music, the copyright free, attribution free music you can find on the bottom left hand side, previous live streams as well, including the titles and as well as the schedule. So we have 2 live streams today. Let's just dive right into the content, right? Just what you see is what you get. Take a look at the title. Quite honestly, I'm no good. We'll get to that. That's one of the last items on the list. If you see the task list on the left hand side, it's, I believe, item number 323, and we will get to that point most likely in the second live stream. This first live stream is going to focus on all the photography of the food that we have due to Chinese New Year. So 恭喜發財，萬事勝意, okay, all that kind of stuff. 龍馬精神，身體健康. So if you are, Chinese or Korean, Japanese, whatever, it's a lunar New Year really. So happy New Year. Also, if you are in Canada, so it's a family day as well. If you don't exactly know what that is, it's just a day to celebrate family. When we had the Conservative Party up, and it's really nice. So we're off on Monday to spend time with family, which isn't relevant to me because I don't have that kind of luxury. But for those who do have family, all the very best to you. Have a great day. Also Valentine's. So it's Valentine's, New Year's, Lunar New Year's, and Family Day all over this long weekend. So that's what we have coming up through. We have these gifts here that I received in terms of food from the landlord, which in the photographs on the cover you can see actually the top right hand side right there, this traditional cookie snaps. So we're going to talk about those. We also have some Chinese fried rice, vegetarian style, gluten meat style right here. You see up there and in the center, dead center. And of course, we're going to talk about that and run through that very quickly. And another item we're also going to run through is a mask that I received from my workplace, which if I get rid of photographs right now, in the backdrop, you can see this right there, my hand, hello, right there. That's kind of the Storm Tech brand face mask received over a family because of the family day long weekend. And I know it looks like a pair of undies right now, but it's not undies, I swear, it's just a mask. So that's that. And so we're gonna get through all these gifts. We're gonna show some appreciation, some gratitude for the people who colored my life when I used to have none. And of course, after that, well, we'll see what we have to cover. It's all the stuff right here for today's task list. So why don't we begin? Okay, I'm going to get rid of the photographs and I'm going to get rid of the task list because I honestly don't need that right now. We're going to start straight from the very bottom, including this morning's breakfast. I forgot to mention that too. But basically, we're going to cover some photographs for the breakfast. So we'll start off here with oatmeal and then we'll move up straight to the traditional Chinese New Year snacks. I'm just going to commentate over them when it comes to nutrition as gifts and what they resemble in terms of the people who I'm grateful for. This is, first of all, I cooked it myself, but you can see on the left hand side, dead pan, that kind of rice cake, coconut flavored, if you're familiar. Reduced price, you can see, for $4.50, it's 700 grams, and I basically took some of that and put it in the oatmeal. That was yesterday's. I have some more photographs here. You can see the health supplements from Usana Health Sciences as usual, including the pan-fried pork buns that I received. That I purchased, over at say T&T supermarket. So that's the kind of stuff I just picked up. I've been trying to get my schedule and pick my health back up to shape, and in trying to do so, I was starting to halfway down the week actually arrive to work on time, and because of that, I was also able to pick up some food along the way, and so that's that. Okay. So moving on, we have some oatmeal here. Again, close-up shot, real nice from the side. So this touches on photography, I suppose. But again, something I'll post eventually up on, I don't know, Pixabay, whatever, Flickr, something like that. All right, next. So this is going to the mask. So this is starting with yesterday's items. And you can see here, StormTech mask. So this is brand performance face mask. It has more details saying, for instance, make sure that you always wash it before use. It is a reusable mask, therefore you can put in laundry. It says tumble dry low, all that instructions. It says something about ironing as well. All that kind of stuff, including, don't touch obviously the front of the mask when you're wearing it, contaminate it, stuff like that. So this is something I received from my workplace, and I just want to say a big thank you to, again, my fantastic colleagues as well as management at my workplace. Phenomenal individuals, and I have been such a fucking eyesore, and I have absolutely held them back. I am the weakest link in my workplace. I strongly believe this, and it's not helpful that I'm aware of it. I intend on resigning. Of course, I'm going to try to ride through with them during COVID-19 because I know that it's going to be very difficult for them to find someone new during the pandemic, and still feel safe. But most definitely, I'm going to say, you have all this time here. I'm just going to say, at any moment that you feel comfortable, I'm just here. Take that opportunity to look for someone new. With that being said, though, this is a gift, like I said, a class 4 item, therefore. Moving on, we have these. This is today's breakfast, and you can see it's a bunch of mess. It's very messy. It's just me trying to clear out again some garbage here. We have the last of that coconut rice cake so again, Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year. Trying to get rid of it. You can see the bread on the top right hand side. I actually didn't eat that today, even though I planned to. I was trying to clear that as well, including some pizza creamy garlic dip, which is what you see behind that canister of water on the top on the left hand side. But anyways, moving on now to the food that's probably the most interesting to look at right now is this kind of traditional, vegetarian fried rice. So you can get this from a restaurant. It's a nearby one, but I don't remember what its name is called. But the point is, it's got this kind of like a gluten-based mock meat. It's not real meat, but it does have a nice flavor to it. Anyways, I'm gonna pull this up here. So this is the best photograph I think I have here in terms of aerial shots. But you can see also next to the fried rice, which has like scrambled eggs, what you name it, black bean, kind of green leafy greens kind of stuff. We have this kind of gluten-based vegetarian meat alternative, I guess you could say it. And so this is a very common theme. If you ever eaten Chinese food, or if you're Chinese yourself, then you know exactly what this is. We call it jai, sik jai lo. And basically this happens a lot, especially during if you're Buddhist. Yeah, that's a very common theme. This is a poor res photograph. I included it anyways. Moving on. Again, this is the takeout box, and again, this is a class 2 item, not class 4. Class 2 because for my gardens. Alright, I'm not supposed to eat that. It's a depth food. Depth food meaning I feel incredibly insecure doing this because of domestic household issues. And so this is my issue. I should not be eating stuff like this. Now, I make exceptions once in a while, and this is one of those exceptions because in fact it is Chinese New Year, and you'd have to be incredibly sociopathic in order to not to even avoid your own blood on a day like this, unless they completely abandoned you and orphaned you from start, which is not my situation. I have to be fortunate for that. I have to be grateful for that, and so that's great. Okay, moving on. So this is the last photograph. Moving on. Now we have Happy Chinese New Year. So this is something that was sent to me, a little snippet. I apologize. I don't have the copyright thing, whatever. I'm not claiming any of these items. This is stuff that I received over on, say, one of the I guess think of like WeChat or WhatsApp or whatever. And this is just one of my colleagues. I believe it was either my business partner or the family, the clients who I volunteer at the seniors home, who sent me this, as well as my supervisor and staff and colleagues when I used to work in the food service department of the long-term care seniors home. And they have since left that retirement home, but it doesn't really matter to me. The fact is they're very good people that I always used to look up to, and I still do to this day. I just don't see them very often anymore. So that being said, happy Chinese New Year to them. And now they sent me that. So now this is now just a burst snapshot photograph. So now we're moving on to more administrative stuff. We take a look at this, and the first thing I think of is obviously I was supposed to just cover the photographs in brief, and I'm just showing some burst captured photographs of everything when I was doing the setup for this live stream. So this is a very recursive, think of a very meta. I believe that's the kind of That's how they describe it on Twitch or something like that. It's very meta. It's like breaking the fourth wall here. That's what I'm doing here in terms of showing you these photographs. Again, the solution was for me to not spend too much time talking too much about stuff that takes too much time. Just cover all at once. Unfortunately, because it's Chinese New Year, this stuff is I have to cover it. I mean, it's a one in a year kind of thing, so I can't just automate this. Now we have these things that are also class 4 items. So food, some traditional Chinese traditional Chinese, that's so nasal. Traditional nasal voice, traditional Chinese twist cookies here. And they come from the landlord downstairs, and of course, again, sharing household with like 4 different families. This one's a really good photograph. I like this one the most because it's the most high res, obviously. But you can see it's a very crispy texture, deep fried kind of stuff. And moving on, just covering all of them. It's wrapped up in this kind of paper towel with elastic band. I ate about maybe 4 or 5 of these, and they're just treats. And again, just expressing my gratitude and appreciation for the landlords downstairs, who are amazing individuals themselves. Or well, I'm not gonna try to be like a super nice guy, whatever. Everyone's got challenges. I know that sometimes relationships are like this. You got the good, you got the bad, but they care. They're very caring individuals, and they have a great family, and yeah, they do their best. And so here it is. I just want to say a big thank you to them as well. So I think we only have 2 more photographs. That's right, just 2 burst snapshots, and we can move on to the task list. So, and start trying to cover that as quickly as possible. So, with all that being said, now let's move on to the task list here. And why don't I just, in fact, no, I can't move on to the task list just yet. And the reason why is because I have to pick up. So we're going to move around now. This is a portion of the stream. I have about 3 minutes left. So, right here we have this mask, Storm Tech Performance Face Mask. Turn to the back here, you have these 2. I know it looks like a pair of undies, not underwear. I can't swear to God it's not. It's just a face mask. See, look. And it's a class 4 item for my workplace, meaning it's a gift item, and I want to show, again, appreciation. I should open it up, but there's not much point in doing that on stream. Long story short, I could take it out, and I'd have to wash it before I use it. It is it says made in Vietnam, I believe. But anyways, obviously you should wash this before you put it on your face, of course. Now moving on, we have this gift item which I'm going to stash away as usual. This is region B over here, so you can see the workplace. Again, I work in PPE. That is basically, even 3 years prior to the pandemic, I still did that. And again, very grateful for my colleagues as well as my manager and so on and so forth. So I'm going to put this in here. I'm most likely not going to use the mask because I already have a gift mask from someone else, and that is over on this end, region F. So I'm just going to store this somewhere inside the bag here with all the other protective equipment. So that's a class 4 gift item. Thank you to them. Moving on, we have region D1 here. You see some garbage here. Just want to cover them real quick, about 30 seconds. We have this recyclable cartridge of almond milk. We have these Glucerna bottles here, Usana bottles of supplements, Glucerna bottles of meal replacements, and we have some trash here, some paper towels from Wendy's that I've used. Alright, so all that kind of stuff. For instance, I'm going to take this, put it inside my work bag. Whoops, doesn't really matter. Put it inside this work bag, and as well as all that other trash, I'll pick it up, and that's going to be taken out when I go get the groceries there today, which we will probably cover in the second live stream. Last but not least, we're moving over here in terms of physical stuff, again, just logistical stuff. So these are health packs from Usana Health Sciences. I have about 3, 4, 5 packages that I took and put here on region A7, moving from C1, C2 to A7. And once again, what I do, this is something I need to automate, but basically I put it over here so that I don't cover on streams ever again, but put over here, and every week I need to replenish. Same thing with the stock items here. You can see the proflavanol C as well as Usana Health Sciences Vita Antioxidants Intelligence Tech. So we have 2 stock bottles I need to replenish of each of these. These are empty, these are full. Now I notice I only have about 20 seconds left, so I'll catch you all in about 10 minutes right here on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, where we're coming from, and we'll continue on with the task list on the side. See you soon.